Thank you so much, everyone, for bearing with us. We are basically, these is spring chickens because it's spring. So we wanted to
It's
get together
spring. We
and
thought we'd do
draw
spring chickens.
chickens. And you have such a beautiful collection of chickens in your home. Well, in your
Yeah.
home and just in your
Well,
garden.
most of the time it's in my home.
Oh my God.
Um,
So we've got some
yeah,
great photos. And if you go to the chat thread, or I have posted it, in my chat thread, in the Creative Flock, you will find a whole lovely little collection of photos that you can use to draw from. So if you want to draw along, you are very welcome to. In a moment, we will be setting
yeah,
ourselves up and we'll be
yeah. Well,
sketching chickens. Um,
yeah,
and then you can tell me, well, you can tell us all about the chickens, the
yeah,
names, the breeds, all the different things. I would love to know a bit more about them.
yeah. I will
Um,
do.
yeah. So if anyone has any
Um,
questions as well, put it into the chat.
yes. If there's any fellow chicken nerds out there, I want to let's set up a friend group.
Like, please. Oh God, please.
Let's be pen pals.
I
um,
recently went to like a little farm and they had silkies,
oh
silkies.
yeah,
They're
yeah.
so cool. They're
They
just
are very
really,
sweet.
they're
They're
very
pom pom.
refined. They're quite elegant, aren't they?
Yeah.
They
Very,
really
yeah, but they're also very funny. They're quite derpy with their pom poms and things. Yeah,
they must
um,
keep themselves very preened, very, obviously
yeah, they
like,
do. They spend a lot of time
yeah.
preening.
Mm.
One of my favorite things, is how like they're kind of well, she's quite warm because she's inside, but generally they feel really cool to touch on top, but then you go underneath, or if you just put your fingers in, they're so hot in their feathers.
Oh,
It the way the feathers kind of trap the heat and the warmth is really amazing. And she's so soft. She's all spotty everywhere, and she does have fluffy feet, feathery feet. Um, and she has this kind of fan-like tail. Sorry, that's pencil. Pencil is here to help.
that's it.
Um,
Is is he
I'm
jealous
gonna
of
let
the
her out.
attention?
Do you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna put Delilah out because she's getting quite hot. So I will let her out, and then we'll be able to do some drawing.
Oh,
Um,
he's so
but
gorgeous.
you say goodbye.
Bye bye, Delilah. Bye.
Bye bye.
Oh my.
I was contemplating just putting her out the window, but I think I'll just take her.
Okay.
Just
Yeah.
just
All
take
right.
her out the door.
Well, while you do that, I've just got a book that I wanted to share if I can find it.
Yeah.
It's down somewhere. I'm going to just go and grab it. Let's see. So this is a book that I I picked up recently at a children's book conference, and it is called Cluck, which I think is hilarious. And it's the extraordinary story of chickens, and it's a translated book's been translated. I think it's Dutch. I think it was originally Dutch. I can't remember. I'll have to have a look. But it's fantastic. I have never seen a book that is dedicated to chickens, and I was over the moon to be able to bring this book home. And I mean, goodness me, look at those end papers. They're
Oh
so
my gosh.
sorry. I'm just showing the book while you were off. I thought I'll just show this lovely book that I picked up, and I was just like,
Yeah.
I said to media, I was like, oh my God, my friend Hollywood.
You saw that and thought of me.
And
That's
it's stunning. It's like the end papers are amazing. And these are all done like, individually. These aren't even like a tile pattern, like a copy and paste.
really.
So
Oh
yeah,
my
no.
goodness.
And the amount of effort that's gone into this book is just insane. Um,
Amazing.
And I love the facts. There's lots of facts in here as well. It's really full, like it's full of where they came from, like the evolution, down to what else is there? Yeah, the body, which is really nice. It's really nice to kind of have it all broken down, and then
Yeah.
got the where is it? All the different types of feathers, patterns, and oh yeah, I mean, it probably does talk about the heat that you were talking about from their body and how
Yeah.
I guess they would use their feathers to stay cool and dry. Um, and then oh yeah, this is one of my favorites. So we'll be talking about.
It's so funny. That's like a Polish chicken. They kind of look like that.
Oh, maybe. Oh, yeah. No, well, this one is. It's called a Dutch barred Quifoen. Oh my God, I'm completely.
Oh wow,
Yeah, it's
amazing.
what a.
Yeah, they all have different types of combs as well. Like
Oh yes,
they have different, like the rose combs, or yeah, they have different names for them.
that's so interesting. Yeah, so I'm kind of um dipping in and out of this lovely book, but yeah, I just thought I would show that while you're off.
It's
It might
amazing.
be of interest to some people. And what I will do is I will, in the replay, I will just put a little link to this as well. So yeah, so we shall start drawing.
We turn our things
Um,
round and
we will turn things round and then get ourselves all sorted. And yeah.
that's good. Right, I think I'm going to start by drawing Ferrari. Ferrari is the black chicken who's
Okay.
next to Mr. Doodle, who is the very fine cockerel.
Amazing.
Um, and she lays beautiful green eggs.
Oh, fab.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, so hi, Evelyn. Um, that's okay. No, that's okay, Evelyn, because we had a few little technical hiccups, I think you would say. So we've actually only just recently started. So you're all good. You're joining a good time. Just getting myself set up with my sketchbook. I'm going to get my pictures up. If you would like to see the pictures that we're working from, Holly's photos, you can find those in the chat threads on the Creative Vlog. So you can go and look for those. And you could draw along with us, unless you've got your own chicken photos that you want to draw from, or anything else. Some people like to use these live streams to just kind of do their own thing, work on a project, work in their sketchbook, listen. People like to listen along, and some of you will notice that there is a there is Holly's horse. One of Holly's horses is in the photo, is
Yeah.
in one of the photos, which is amazing. How are they
That
getting on with the chickens? Are they getting on well?
uh, oh, they are like there's a proper coalition going on. Yeah. That's Harley, who you can see there, and the the horses are phenomenally tolerant because as soon as they are fed, the chickens come. As soon as the food goes down, the chickens come racing and then are heads in the buckets,
Wow.
stealing the food. And the horses just sort of really tolerate it remarkably well. Cloudy, the other pony, the smaller one, she's quite feisty, and so she tolerates it less enthusiastically than Harley. Harley is an absolute gentleman and wouldn't say boo to anyone. So he just sort of, doesn't grumble and just shares. He's
That's
so
so
sweet.
nice. That is
I know,
lovely.
bless him.
Oh.
Um, but
Um,
the cockerel that you see next to him, that's Kenny Rogers. And Kenny Rogers
yes.
is
Oh my God. Does Kenny
the
Rogers
size.
sing? Is there a
He's
reason why Kenny is called Kenny Rogers?
Yeah.
No.
So Kenny Rogers, when the chickens kind of come to us, they were young, and I went, and we already had some. But I went and got some more hens because I wasn't just wasn't getting enough eggs. Basically, my hens were too posh to push. I thought I'm going to get some more hens and increase the numbers. And I thought I'll get a cockerel as well. It'd be nice. We'll have a cockerel, and then that'll be fun. So I got Mr. Doodle and a bunch of hens. One of them we named Dolly Parton. And I looked at Dolly Parton quite suspiciously for quite a long time, going, yeah,
I bet.
I suspect you seem to be growing in a way
Uh,
that doesn't look like you're going to lay eggs.
oh,
And sure enough, one day, um,
oh my God.
it was official. Dolly Parton had to be renamed, so Dolly
Oh,
Parton became Kenny Rogers. Um,
oh. Do they sing? Is it this Diamonds in the Stream?
yeah, so every morning he has a very deep doodle, whereas
Ah,
Mr. Doodle, he's got a very fine doodle. It's like a 10 out of 10 doodle, and
wow.
then Kenny Rogers is quite bassy, but Kenny Rogers is approximately the size of a Shetland pony. He's an
Oh,
absolute unit. He's huge. He's an
whoa. Okay.
Orpington, so it's like
Okay.
one of the biggest breeds.
Oh my
Um,
goodness. Oh
and
my,
he's lovely. He's cuddly. You can like
yeah.
properly
Yeah.
pick him up, and well, I say pick him up. He's huge, but he'll like have a cuddle and
He'll tolerate the cuddles. That's nice.
yeah, yeah,
Oh,
yeah. But they are funny.
oh my God. Amazing. So I bet there's never a dull
Mm.
moment in your household and in your
Well,
just a
uh, one of the really amazing things that I didn't know at all. This was like brand new information to me. Was one of the other chickens that we got at the same time. Barbie
mm.
looks exactly like Delphine, who is the grey stripy hen. Um, there's two pictures of Delphine, and she's grey and stripy.
Oh, I'm just going to
Um,
interrupt. I'm just going to say that the photos are in the
hmm,
Creative Flock chat thread. So if you go to the Creative Flock, look at the chat on the chat, and it will just be within there's like a link to the live stream, and it's in there. So that's where the photos are. Um, hopefully, be able to find them in there. Sorry, Holly.
no, no. Um, yeah, so we had two stripy hens, and then Mr. Doodle. They're the same type. They're barred Plymouth Rock hens, so kind of fancy, but
Mm-hmm.
should lay you lots of eggs, fancy. Um, and um, so we had Delphine and we had Barbie, and Barbie was absolutely fine, and then suddenly, well, actually, not suddenly, kind of gradually, Barbie started to change, and the tail feathers changed, her neck feathers changed, and she really started to look like she was getting bigger, and I was like, this is really weird. And then she started to doodle, and I'm like, but you were 100% a
Oh,
hen.
oh my
You were a
God!
hen. And I
How?
was like, how has this happened? Um, and so I went on a deep dive and discovered that chickens, they have two ovaries, but they only produced from the left ovary, only
Mm,
use the left ovary. If something happens to that ovary, it can cause a hormonal change to happen, and they will literally transgender. And that is what
no
happened
way! Oh
to
my
Barbie.
God!
And Barbie became Ken. And so I
That
find
is
myself with three
unbelievable.
cockerels
Oh my gosh.
and still having to buy eggs from the supermarket.
That
um,
I've never
and
heard that. That's incredible.
I had never heard that either. And it was just, yeah, wild to me.
Is it
Um,
rare though? Is it kind of a rare thing,
I
or
think
does it's quite common?
unusual, but known, you
Uh-huh.
know,
Okay.
and
Yeah.
it's just really wild. And I sort of said to the three boys, I was like, okay, kids, you have got to all get along. There's to be no fighting. The only way you guys can live here is if
Mhm.
there's no fighting. And it was fine until like 2 days after Christmas.
Mm.
And poor Ken appeared
Oh.
looking absolutely disheveled. Um, and he'd been banished
Oh no.
by the other cockerels, and he wasn't even allowed to look in the direction of anybody. And I was like, oh my
Oh no.
goodness. And he was so
Oh,
sad. And I felt so sorry for him. And luckily, one of my lovely friends I basically sent an SOS. I knew she had
mm.
hens, and I was certain she didn't have cockerel. And so I sent an SOS and kind of went, would you like my transgender chicken?
Mm.
Anyway, it's the best thing that ever happened to him. He went, and she had a dozen girls, and he's gone and is living his absolute best life on the other side of the island.
Oh,
And he
that's
honestly,
amazing.
he's
What a lovely
so happy, and I
story.
get regular kind of Ken updates, and he's just living his best life.
Cup dates. Yeah,
Mhm.
that's great.
He's
Oh my God.
Yeah,
What a story. You could
I
you could make a
know.
you could make a book out of these things, couldn't you? I mean, goodness
Well,
me.
do you know what? Animals, they just are like the gift that keep giving. That
Yeah.
they do. You just get like constantly, yeah, constant stories of weird things that happen. Oh,
Oh my goodness. Oh yeah, Evelyn is saying he
yeah.
loves all the names.
Oh. Yeah, I was just reading Meryl's saying humans start as females in the womb. That's why men have nipples.
Oh,
Yeah,
well, didn't know that. Didn't know that. Learning a lot today.
I know. Every day's a school day.
Oh yeah. That's so fascinating. Oh, but yeah, it's really nice that you get updates as to how he's doing.
I know.
That is so lovely. Oh,
Honestly, he was. I was really sad to say goodbye
of
to him,
course.
and I had to. He out of all of them was my more. He was a bit flighty. He was always a little bit,
Mm,
less tame. And so when I realized, I was going to rehome him, and I got the yes from my friend. I was like, right, Ken. And I just went out and managed to catch him. You just kind of have to do it kind of quickly before they have
yeah.
time to think about it.
Yeah.
And I shoehorned him, literally shoehorned that bird into the cat carrier.
Oh my God.
And took him, drove him across. Because he was a big boy. He grew really, he was very fine. And he had bright yellow legs because you see that Delphine has bright yellow legs, whereas Mr. Doodle doesn't. And so
Oh,
that was the kind of lasting, like, female trait. His legs were very
wow.
yellow.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Oh, how old is he? How old is he? Do you know?
There'll be a year, so they're young. Delilah and Daphne, Lizzie and Cindy, they are 2 years old, so they're all young.
Yeah. And how long do chickens live for? Do you know roughly? Do they live
Um,
for a long time?
I mean, some can really go on, but I would say like 5 years is like a good
Oh,
innings for them.
wow. That's pretty good though, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, it just sort of depends,
Yeah, it
and
depends on how they looked after. And I guess there's things that chickens can get, like, there's various
absolutely.
issues and things like cause them to, not want.
Yeah, and they do tend to just sort of like fall off the perch kind of thing.
No.
But although saying that last year, so um the fancy hens tend to be the ones that will go broody,
Oh,
um
yeah.
um which is kind of annoying because they stop laying when they go broody,
Okay.
which, means
Yeah.
I get even less eggs.
Oh,
So the bantams tend to do it, but also so the Cindy and Lizzie are the big, big girls.
mm.
They're kind of brown. Cindy is the one giving the really stern in the camera look.
Oh, yes.
Um, they're Brahmas and they are like the biggest breed. So it's like if you were talking horses, they would be like a Clydesdale. They're,
They're
big and heavy.
big, yeah.
They lay these lovely brown brown eggs. But they also go broody really easily. And last year I spent my whole time like taking these birds off the nest because unless you physically move them, they will
Mm.
just sit there and they don't eat and drink.
Oh,
So I was, kept taking them off the nest and things. Anyway, I, Lizzie, I can't have been doing it enough because one morning I go and, or maybe it just sort of the whole thing just took it out of her because one day I went and took her off the nest in the morning and she just sort of like keeled over.
oh
And I was
God.
like, no, Lizzie, no. And I ended up, I took her in the house and ended up like syringe feeding her fluids and then like soaked oatmeal for like 4 days. She lived in the kitchen and she kind of revived her and she's absolutely fine now.
Oh,
But genuinely, I was like, oh,
oh no.
please let this have a happy ending because I love her
Yeah,
so much. And I felt so guilty that, I'd obviously needed to, you know, take her off the nest more frequently. She was coming
yeah.
off the nest every day, but she's just gone broody again. And I'm literally 3 times a day I'm out there taking her off the
Wow.
nest. You
Wow.
will come and eat.
That's amazing. You must have to have like a list, like as long as your arm, of things like now I've got to go and, because you have a lot of animals, so
Yeah.
it's a lot to do. Um, so yeah,
Yeah.
you just have a lot of jobs to do first thing.
Yeah. It's sort of first thing and then in the evening. And
Yeah.
then if I'm procrastinating during the day, I can quite easily find myself out smelling a horse or cuddling a chicken.
Oh,
Um, but I do love it. I sort of sometimes I'm a bit like, Holly, why have you done this to yourself?
if you're tired or sick or the kids are sick or
but
something else going on and you've got loads of, or you've got just like deadlines and stuff, you're like, oh my God, how do I?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, exactly, exactly. And I'm just like, how am I going to do this? And
Are
you
the kids
just,
quite good at help? Well, the kids help, but they quite hands on.
yeah, they do. And certainly, I mean, I like doing it. I actually, I like kind of mucking out and doing the horse beds and things like that, and knowing,
Mhm.
I think I feel very reassured when I know that everybody's fed, happy, um, and all of, just everybody's kind of safe and happy. And
Oh, that's
um,
lovely.
so that does bring me kind of happiness.
Yeah, because you couldn't really relax until you know that everyone's fine.
Yeah. I
And
mean,
yeah,
sometimes it does mean that my children
yeah,
get fed quite like late or something like that. But I mean, my kids are older now, so
yeah.
that's. um,
Just have to step over. I just have to go and plug my phone in. I've got, it's like, God, it's like a mission control where I am. It's like there's cables everywhere trying to set. I've got like the
mm,
laptop set up, the phone set up, the overhead, um, what do you call it? Phone holder thing. And oh my goodness me.
oh
It's,
God,
it's a lot, but it's
it
okay.
is a
It's
lot.
fine. I'm just
It's
going
a
to try
lot.
and move down a little bit. Can you remind me of the name of
Hmm.
the chicken who has all kind of black and almost looks a bit stripy, but not stripy, black and white?
Mr. Doodle or Delphine?
I don't think
Oh,
it is
Delphine.
No, not Delphine. I don't think it is Delphine because I'm drawing this one now. I'm not sure if you can see it on your
Oh
screen.
no, yes, I can. I'm looking. That is Delphine.
Oh, that is Delphine.
That's
Oh,
Delphine, and
oh.
she's so sweet.
So Delphine,
So
Delphine is the
Barbie
one. Delphine is
looked.
the one that you were cuddling.
N-
No,
no,
that's Delilah. No, that's Delilah, isn't it?
Delilah's the little
Oh, oh,
yellow and spotty.
Right. Okay. So this is Delphine. How do you spell Delphine? I don't know.
Delphine.
Yeah. Okay. Delphane. Okay. Let's write it down here. Pha. Is it PHA? DELPHINE.
Phine, I think.
There's
Delphine.
no A in there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Lovely. Okay. Fab. I'm gonna make a little note. In maybe this.
I don't know which one I'm gonna do now.
How have you?
Daphne. Sorry.
I was just saying how you get on. How you getting on? What? Also, what are you using? What materials are you using?
This one, a Ferrari. Ferrari was named by my eldest's boyfriend, which is why we've got Ferrari. It's best. And what was actually really funny was when we got them, and my eldest, she was like, "Oh, can Reese have one? Can Reese have one of the chickens?" And I'm like, "Well, you can name one." And so he named this one Ferrari, and then proceeded to take a picture of her, superimpose her onto the Ferrari logo, and then made that his screensaver. He got rid of on his phone. He got rid of the picture of him with my daughter. And swapped it out for the
Oh my
chicken with the
God.
Ferrari logo. It was so funny. My daughter was not
I
impressed.
can imagine. Oh my gosh.
It
Oh my
made me laugh
goodness.
a lot though.
That is, yeah, it's quite funny.
It is. I was like, that was very good. It was very well done.
Yeah. Is he?
um.
Is he? Your current? Is he her current boyfriend?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, they've. Yeah. It was the first love, and he's hung around.
Oh
It's over
wow,
2 years now.
that's pretty good.
Yeah.
It is good.
So he's a part of the furniture now, which is
He's a bit of a
good.
keeper. Oh, that's fine. So maybe he could have had a chicken because I guess part of you might have thought, but what if he's not going to be around for? What if he's just
Well,
going to
yeah.
be? Yeah, and you don't want to give him a
I
chicken.
mean,
That's a big thing.
Ferrari did give him a pair of socks for Christmas, so
Okay. Oh.
we do think of Ferrari as
Oh my God.
his
Oh, okay.
chicken, but
Okay. And he's passed the test anyway, so he's been.
he is, yeah, he puts up with a lot with
Oh.
my brilliant eldest, but
Oh.
she's she's a handful.
And I've been following very closely some of the uh your kind of adventures with your horses on the beach and everything. That's
Oh,
just
yeah.
amazing. How are they getting on being on the beach and just how are they getting on generally? Because you have these obviously two beautiful horses. Uh,
Really good. Because they only arrived a month ago.
mm,
Exactly a month ago, actually.
gosh.
And they are both slightly older horses, and they both come from one came from one sister, and the other
Mm,
came from another sister. So they're family horses.
mm-hmm,
They've come to live their golden years with us
mm,
on the island, and they are loving it. I mean, I've got to say the weather hasn't been super kind to us.
mm.
However, they are just really happy and they love going down to the beach. As we speak, middle child and a friend who's come over, they are down the beach with the horses, which is pretty nice on a Friday.
That is just that's just heaven, isn't it? That
I
is.
know
I mean,
it's
that would like if you
it's
could
the
ask
dream.
so many. I think maybe girls particularly like what would your
Yeah,
dream animal be and the dream place and right now that would be
yeah,
there, wouldn't it? That's
I
wonderful.
know.
Oh,
Really, we're really, really lucky, and
beautiful. Well, they've come to a fantastic family that really have
we just love them,
yeah, and
and
they just slot in really well with everything.
yeah, they
Was it
slot in
quite?
really well, but occupy a huge amount of time.
I can
So
imagine.
I just find myself, I get up like about an hour and a half earlier than I ever did before, and then
Oh, okay.
just you just have to shift things around a bit to
Yeah.
make sure everything gets done when it needs to get done, and and I'm just waiting for the better weather to kick in.
Yeah.
So.
Is it still, so it's still not great, so it's still a bit mixed. I guess it's, early spring, so it's gonna be a bit like that, but I guess particularly where you are,
Yeah.
um, because I know that a lot of people here, there will be no, some people know where you live, but not everyone. Where are you, based, Holly?
So I live on the Isle of Lewis, which
Mm,
is the Outer Hebrides in Scotland. So it's an island. Literally, if you drove almost to the top of Scotland and then caught a ferry for
yeah,
2 and 3/4 hours, you would arrive.
amazing.
um, and it's lovely. It's absolutely it's quite a wild island.
Mhm.
But we have amazing beaches and just more rainbows than you'll ever see in your entire life, which is kind of lovely.
Yeah.
We do get really wild weather, but also it's so changeable that you can kind of bear with it because then it changes.
Mhm. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, Britta's saying she was there just last summer. Oh, I'm glad you like it.
Yay! Oh,
That's
that's
so nice.
amazing. Oh, fabulous. I would so love to
And
come up. And I
I
think one day you
one
might just
day,
find I might just turn up on your doorstep. Hi.
and you know that you were always welcome.
Oh, it'd be such a lovely adventure just going up. I haven't been to Scotland for so long. And my son keeps saying that he wants to go as well. Like he really wants to go to Scotland. I think he would absolutely love it up there. I think
Yeah,
the wildness, I think
yeah.
he would actually really love. So yeah.
I think if
Um,
you embrace the outdoors, if that's your vibe, then
mm,
Scotland, you are hard pressed to. It's staggeringly beautiful, and I think
mm,
there are lots of people who haven't been to Scotland and then are really surprised by it when they do come.
mm,
I
okay.
always love chatting to people on the beach and things like that who are visiting and they're just like, oh my goodness.
Yeah. And they were like maybe not expecting it to be as amazing as it was. And
Yeah, I think they just like it exceeds expectations. So
yeah,
I think,
yeah.
yeah.
How lovely. How lovely you can kind of
Yeah.
witness that
Mm.
and then they're like, oh, are you here on holiday? And you're like, no, I live here.
I just live over the hill
I
there.
just live here. It's great. Oh,
Yeah.
um, yeah. Well, one day I will. I will. And
One
how do you
day.
find like the traveling to and from like the like mainland or any like big, or just cities and things like that? Is there any,
Yeah.
how is that for you?
I mean, the biggest thing, particularly in the winter,
Mm,
is the amount of time, like the ferry can be
mm.
cancelled because of the
Oh,
weather. And so you can get stuck one way
yeah.
or the other. You can be stuck. So that's a tricky thing. Um, there are trees in the main town of Stornoway. You get trees, and there's a castle, and the castle grounds,
Mm.
there are trees. But it's so windy here that basically you don't really get trees.
Oh,
So I
yeah.
do miss that. And it's the thing that I
Oh.
enjoy. Literally, you land on the mainland, and suddenly it's like trees everywhere and everything's really green. Um, and I do love that because I love trees.
Okay, so
So
there's a bit of a
you
sacrifice
miss
almost.
that. Yeah,
Yeah.
you kind of trade off beaches
Uh-huh.
for like the
Yeah.
green space like that.
Yeah.
Like our green space is more like heather and moorland, and
Mhm.
it's um it's a very wild, rugged beauty.
Mm.
Um, and that's not for everyone, but
Mm.
I quite like that. It's not for everyone because then feels extra special because,
Yeah. Yeah.
if you appreciate it, then yeah, it just feels really nice.
Oh.
Oh, Hannah's come on. Hi, Hannah.
Oh, hi,
Mhm.
Hannah. Oh, how was you sketched dogs the other day. How was
Oh, the doggy ABC.
doggy ABC?
Yeah, that was really fun. Yeah. Um, yeah, those of you who don't know, I run animal life drawing, online animal life drawing, and I run it with Hannah Kamara, who's just joined the chat.
Mm.
Um, and Hannah found some brilliant photos for us and video actually of we're working our way through intermittently we're doing a doggy ABC. So we're going through the different breeds of dogs. And on Wednesday evening, we were on chapter 2.
Mm.
So that was C's and D's. So we keep laughing, saying it might be like 2050 before we get through all
Absolutely.
of the
Yeah.
all of them. But
Yeah. You've got a
uh,
lot of
and
material to work with now. That's good. That's actually quite good though, isn't it? It kind of makes it.
it's really fun. I've got where's my doggy? I've like a sketchbook with like dedicated to it. And then so
Oh,
it's like if it's
nice.
nice. I quite like these. The Borzoi, that was nice. These were the first sessions. Ob- Obsessed with sorry, that's with these Chinese crested. And this one, and all I could see when I was drawing this dog, all I could hear in my head was the Pink Pony Club song, because this dog just looked like it. It
I'm
was
not
just like
familiar with the
prancing
pink.
like a pony.
What's the pink? Oh, hang on. I think maybe I do. Pink Pony Club.
Pink Pony Club. Da, 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 da. Yeah, you really
Oh,
did make me just sing.
is it a kids? Um.
No, it's
Oh,
who's the
maybe it's
singer?
not. Maybe it's not what I think.
Oh, it was like a massive hit like last year. Anyway,
But you have older
yeah.
girls. Is it because you have older girls?
Yeah,
You listen to a
maybe,
lot. Yeah, I think.
maybe.
Yeah.
So yeah, doggy ABC. So it was really fun. It was fun,
Oh,
and we
nice.
drew Marbles, who was our beautiful liver spot Dalmatian. I don't know why I didn't draw her brown spots. And then Pencil is
Of course.
the noisy dog you heard at the beginning of the call.
Oh, he's beautiful. He's gorgeous. Do you ever think, I do say this to people, but like, uh, when you watch those kind of documentary series about people that live in like really unusual places, like farms or remote places,
Yeah.
I honestly think that somebody needs to you need to pitch a documentary series about your life. I think it would be, I mean, oh my God, I would watch it.
Well, the chaos.
Well, just all of it. I think it would just be so fascinating because we watch things like the Yorkshire Sheep, like the Yorkshire Sheep,
Oh yes, I was going to
and
say
the
that
new
there
one.
are programs like that.
Yeah, there's loads. And or even if you just go like for Country File, do you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
do you ever think about doing that, or is that not something
Never thought of that.
you
No.
should? You absolutely should.
Oh,
I think there would be a
that's
lot of
really
people
funny.
interested. But you have obviously you have your Instagram account, your Holly in the Hebrides. So
Yeah.
that's something you can say, look, I have this, and it's a bit of a portfolio, isn't it? Like what you could, this is what you can expect. Just to hit a snippet of what you can expect. But
That's
I mean,
funny.
I mean, the only thing I suppose it would be a little bit invasive, but it would be an experience.
Wouldn't really mind invasive if it paid the horse feed
Well,
bill.
exactly. True. Exactly. There we go. That's reason enough, isn't it? Um,
Oh,
and that's
very funny.
just putting a little seed in there, planting a little seed. Seeing how. I mean, I would love to watch that.
That's funny. Um, I might just say though that given that everybody's here and we were talking about the island, if anybody
Mm,
does want to come to the island, and I've literally
mm.
just posted about it today. I'm running an art retreat there next April. We've got just put new dates up for next April. If you go onto my website, you can find out all about it. There's only 8 spaces, although we just sold one, so
Wow.
there's only 6 spaces left.
Oh my God.
Um,
That's amazing.
and it's just going to be gorgeous. I'm running it with my brilliant sister, who is, well, she's an artist first and foremost, but she's also a private chef, and
Mm,
she creates food like she paints.
wow.
It's awesome, completely awesome. Anyway, so it's she's doing all the food. So it's luxury accommodation, amazing food, and spending your day running about the island drawing with me.
Oh my.
Um, and we're, I mean, we'd have to be super unlucky for the weather to not allow it, but I'll be chartering a boat to go out to see the
Ah,
puffins arriving on the Shant
oh my
Islands as
God.
well. So,
Oh my God,
yeah,
Holly. That is
yeah, you tempted
amazing.
now.
I oh, don't. I mean, I absolutely adore it. Just tell people more about um what they can expect for, like, the rooms. And I think there's you've said there is some sort of hot tub. Was that
Yes,
right?
yeah. So the accommodation we've got is called Eagle Lodge, which is named that because the eagles tend to kind of hang out and fly by all the time. So we have golden eagles and sea eagles here, um, both of which staggeringly beautiful. And yeah, it's an incredible, really beautiful accommodation. We've got a hot tub, there's a steam room, koozie bath. So like after drawing all day, and if you want to find other ways to relax, then we've got all that in house, but also we'll be able to go to the salt box sauna at the beach, which is amazing. So you can have a dip if you want to, and use the sauna.
Oh God.
It's going to be so my sister's called Delia, and what we kind of just
Oh
really
my gosh,
wanted
it's
to
like
do,
Delia.
I know. What we wanted is just for people to kind of literally walk through the door and feel like we just scoop you up
Yeah.
and look after you for the whole week, and you just feel totally cared for,
Mm,
creatively fulfilled, and you have a wonderful time creatively, but also socially as well, as feeling kind of just all your cups will feel
oh
full
my
by the
God.
end of the week, and
And
we'll probably have to kick you out because you won't
I was going to
want to leave.
say you won't want to go home. No. Oh my
um,
goodness.
but that's the plan. Yeah,
Oh my God. Sounds utterly,
yeah,
utterly awful. And will
yeah.
you
And I've
find
put
it well, for
sorry.
you, will it be like a bit like I mean, obviously it's a lot of work to put together, but I guess you can
Hmm.
also do some of your own. Are you just planning it really to just be the facilitator? But I'm guessing for you it will be
Well,
also creatively
yeah, I think it
really
would be
cool.
so lovely creatively, to be doing things with um, with people, but I will be kind of sharing and guiding kind of creative exercises to really help people with their location drawings,
Mm,
observational drawing, and kind of really tapping into that kind of ethos of drawing wildly,
yeah,
which is something I really love.
yeah.
Um,
And
I'll have
drawing outdoors in that kind of environment will be really exciting, won't it? Because it was not
so
something
exciting.
that you'll have gotten ever really, well, most people won't have ever got to do that, to draw in
Yeah.
that kind of type of wild
Well,
place.
yeah, it's really leaning into letting the environment and the elements um, influence and dictate the type of drawing that you do, and the marks that you make, and the
Hmm.
images that you make, and it becomes, rather than just thinking about your drawing trying to represent what's in front of you, it's also representing how you feel, and what your experience is like in that moment. So yeah, it's hopefully going to kind of really allow people to feel kind of really emboldened with their they're drawing, and
Yeah.
yeah,
Wow. Well,
and free. Mm.
free. Yes.
Yeah, like
In the
just
spirit of the island and the
yeah, yeah. There is something very special about being on an island. You do feel different, and
Mhm.
because you are far away, so you kind of can lean into that feeling of like feeling like another person, and being like, yeah, I can do this. I can draw this. I can
Yeah.
go for a dip in the sea. I can do all these things, and
Yeah.
and feel kind of really energized creatively, and in all the other ways as well.
Mhm. And I think that beauty is that you're somewhere, you're out of your routine. You don't have to cook, you don't have to do any of those things for yourself, which is
Yes.
huge, right? Not having to
Yeah.
do those things, not having
You
to
don't. Yeah.
do this, don't have to do the school run for the week. You don't have to, you can properly
Exactly.
immerse yourself in it and relax and enjoy yourself.
And it's that thing of, like I was saying, it's like we want to take care of you. Like both
Mm.
Delia and I mean, Delia is a phenomenal hostess, honestly.
Oh.
But both of us love that. They love that whole thing of like looking after somebody, and making sure everybody's having a good time. So, that's
That's part of it. Yeah.
we're both coming at it like that. But oh, her food is just amazing. It's so good.
Oh my gosh, I saw I had a look at some of the photos and it just looked, yeah. And I
Mm,
think I guess, you'll be eating well, but you'll be sleeping well and exercising, going out, but, it's quite likely that
absolutely.
you may come home a few pounds heavier potentially.
Well, honestly,
But that's a
what's
good
really
plus, right? That's a good thing. That's a sign of
yeah,
it's a sign you've had a great time.
it is. But honestly, what's really funny whenever I have people come and visit, and friends come and visit, and the first time anywhere, the first night anywhere, you don't, often you don't sort of sleep as well as maybe
Mm,
you would
mm.
elsewhere. Absolutely every single time, night number 2, the evening comes, and honestly, people are falling asleep.
Wow.
Like, they're just like, "Yep," and it's the sea air
Yes.
catches you, and
Yeah.
it's so funny. It's really funny, and then so everybody just then has a really good sleep the next night, and then,
And then they're all
you're
fresh.
kind of and yeah, then you kind
Yeah.
of settle into it, but it's funny watching the reaction, that kind of, um,
But that is the same. I
it's
think when you go somewhere where it's like, yeah, where it's like quite, rural or by the sea or,
yeah.
we went to Wales recently and then you just find, yeah, you just kind of settle in, don't you, to that.
Yeah. Oh, your
Um,
Wales pictures looked amazing. Oh, it
oh,
looks
it was
so
great.
beautiful.
I mean, I've actually just realized I didn't really I posted a few, but then I meant to post a few more, but I didn't. So
Mm,
I need to just, probably I have actually been doing a bit of, almost like travel journaling. But,
yeah.
after the fact, because I couldn't really do much when I was there because, it was, it's like a family holiday and stuff, so
Mm,
it's hard to do much, but I have, since I've gotten home, been working away on, like, my little travel journal, which has been so
mm.
nice, and it's just 'cause there was
Oh,
so much to see and do, and I took loads of photos and found little objects here and there and different bits and pieces and, twigs and bits of lichen and moss and all of that stuff, so I brought bits and
oh,
pieces home, and the stone there is really the stone that they have in that part of Wales is just, like, pink. It's like a really beautiful
really?
dusky kind of grey
Oh,
pink. It's just stunning. So I brought a little like a stone back, and then I've drawn that. So I will actually share that at some point. Um, uh,
this time of year is just, this is your mecca, isn't it? Like, you just, for nature sport, like, this feels like the best time of year for you.
yeah, it's almost like
Um,
there's too much. It's like there's so much going on. There's almost too much to see and do and
yeah,
observe and record. It's just feels sometimes it feels a bit like, oh my god, where do I start? But yeah, and I think some people can feel a bit like that, even with any type of drawing, can't you? You can feel a bit.
yeah,
Um, but it can just be, okay, I'm going to just focus on the spring flowers that are growing wild in my garden. That's all I'm going to focus
mhm,
on right now. And that's enough, or I'm just going to look for the bluebells and that's it. I'm just
yeah.
So I think otherwise, yeah, it can feel really overwhelming.
Yeah.
But yeah, it is just an incredible time, and I think it's not just it's not just the flower, it's the insects. The insects all kind of come out. It's just
Yes.
you're like, oh my gosh, it's that bee. Oh wow, it's that type of bee, and you're just like,
Mm.
yeah, there was like an ash mining bee. Um,
Oh,
that was in we had like a sandy patch on our lawn that my husband had put a little bit of sand on.
oh,
And then I was like, what's that? And then it was little holes in the sand, and it was one of those ashy mining bees, which I'd never seen before. And it's amazing how they can make
amazing.
their homes just anywhere. And it's like, oh, just a bit of sand on the lawn, and there they are. It was
That's
really lovely.
amazing.
It's just those little
Oh,
discoveries, and it just takes a little bit of just slowing down, I think, and just watching and observing,
yeah.
listening, and every now whenever you can. Um, so yeah, it's and there's we've got some tadpoles, which are
Have
the
you?
obsession, and just being able to watch them grow and hopefully become more than tadpoles. And yeah, it's fabulous, absolutely fabulous. But how is spring for you where you are? Because it's obviously a bit later. um
Yeah, I mean, our bluebells are like the daffodils are out, but they're
yeah, oh
constantly
gosh,
getting kind
oh my
of
gosh,
blown about, but the bluebells nowhere near.
wow,
Um,
that's so
the
interesting.
weather's been really brutal here. This is the worst it's been for me since yeah, we've been here 3 years. This is by far the worst winter. It's
Wow.
just been consistently
Yeah.
bad. Like
Mm.
the wind, it just we've had the occasional day where the wind's dropped, but basically it feels like it's just been really brutal winds for
Right.
since like October. Like months of it. It's quite like hard going.
Yeah, imagine. You just
I
get
I
sick of
go
going
through a
to
lot of
war and you're being blown
moisturizer on
away.
my face.
Yeah. And are you just taking to wearing balaclavas when you go outside now?
I'm like, mm, you just layer up a
Yeah,
lot.
yeah.
Um, Ear warmers are,
Yeah, but
I use, but honestly, I get Raynaud's in my hands and I'm longing for the warmer weather. And we just need a bit of warmth for for things to start growing.
mhm.
Because at the moment, it's just everything's just waiting. We're kind of just all waiting for
Yeah, that's
all
that.
that to kind of kick
Yeah.
in.
It was like that here, but it came a lot sooner for us, and a
Because
relief. And
you've had really warm
it's
weather, haven't
been
you?
really warm. Yeah, we actually had some really lovely days in Wales. It was actually kind of really quite nice. There was some real well, it was warmer than we thought it was going to be.
Hmm.
Um, but yeah, it was that first day when you get the sun, that spring sun shines on your face. It's like the best thing.
Yeah.
It's like medicine, isn't it? It's just like, oh my God,
Oh,
they're
well,
so calm. Welcome.
I see the lambs.
Mm,
The lambs are the last few weeks. The lambs have been kind of coming, um, and when it's a bad day, you just think, "Oh, you poor little creatures."
I know. Yeah.
Honestly,
They look really sad and soggy and tired.
yeah, I
Yeah,
know.
exhausted. Can I ask what the cockerel, remind me of the
Yes.
name of the cockerel out of the picture that you sent. Uh,
So Mr. Doodle is the stripy one, and
mm.
Kenny Rogers is the unit.
So I think this is Kenny Rogers that I'm drawing. I think it's the same because
Yes,
the
that
one
was
I've
Kenny
got
Rogers.
is
Yes, sorry. Yeah.
Kenny Rogers. Right. This is Kenny Rogers. I'm gonna just make a little note here. Um,
I don't
uh,
know why I keep forgetting that I can see what you've been drawing, and I didn't kind of think to look.
there's a lot to your brain's having to do a lot of things when you're doing the live streams.
You're
To
multitasking,
be
yeah.
fair, Kenny Rogers, right? Oh, we love Kenny.
I wonder how many people are drawing along with us.
No, it'd be nice to know. Yeah, if anyone's drawing or has any questions, please let us know. So I'm using pastels, and then I'm going over the top with pencils. And I did actually use a bit of Pentel brush pen for Delphine. And I think, are you using a bit of a mixture there, Holly?
Yeah, um, oil pastels and coloured pencils seem to be
Mm.
my go-to at the moment.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
And with your oil pastels, do you have like some sort of method for smudging them around? Is it just
No,
your
I
fingers?
just
Is
kind
it
of
your
shove them
fingers?
on. I
Yeah.
don't tend to really blend other than like if I put one on top of the other and that causes a kind of smudginess.
Oh,
Um,
it's a
that
lovely
tends to
effect.
be my technique.
Such a nice effect. Oh, Olivia is saying that she is drawing along.
Oh,
Um,
nice.
Hey, Olivia. Yeah. Thank you for coming back, Olivia. Um, Hannah. Oh, yeah. She thought it was 6 to 7. That's fine because you've joined. We started a little bit late, so that's absolutely fine.
We
Uh,
did.
Hannah's also said Chapel Rome.
Chapel Rowan is the Pink Pony Club song.
Ah, that's the right. Okay, thank you.
It,
I'm not down with the kids. George is sitting next to me and he's laughing. I'm more of a Kenny Rogers, Kenny Rogers fan. And Hannah is saying that Scout and I are drawing along. That's lovely. Oh, hello to you guys. Um, Olivia is saying working on the chicken sat on the book stack. That is a really nice photo. That's such a nice photo. Now I think Holly, oh, oh, Holly might have had to. I think Holly's internet might have dropped out, so hopefully she'll be back in a moment. Um, Jana drawing along in Berkeley, California. Nice, loving the conversations. That's lovely. Hello, Jana. Hopefully you found all of the photos okay. Um, Chris, this is so much fun. I'm already transported on the aisles virtually surrounded by chicken drawings and paintings. Um, that is lovely. Let's see. Uh, what have we got? Um, Rachel said she's drawing too. They are so round. I think that's why Holly calls them plumpies. That's her name for them, plumpies, because they are so plump, which is really lovely. I thought it was a technical term. Um, I thought plumpies was like the technical term for her, for like a chicken. Um, that's lovely, Evelyn. Right, so I've drawn two now, and I'm probably going to do one more and then I will have to sign off. So Holly, I'm hoping Holly's going to come back. So Holly has, maybe Holly's got some. I'm just going to see if Holly has messaged me, if she has got some internet issues. Let's have a look. I don't know. Not sure. We're going to stay on. I'm going to carry on drawing, and I'm going to move to the next page if I can. And then hopefully Holly will come back. So I'm just going to try and stand this up. Hopefully you can see this okay. There we go. I'm just going to move up a little bit and try and adjust my sketchbook because I'm using a big sketchbook today and it's actually a bit tricky to work. It's actually a little bit unwieldy, but anyway, carry on. So far I've drawn Delphine. I might actually just show you. So far I've drawn Delphine and Kenny Rogers. And they're both, I think for me, it was like the expressions. I love the expressions on their faces. It was so good. And Kenny Rogers he is a bit of a unit. He's actually he looks really angry in my drawing. So I'm going to try and find one more photo. Let's have a look. Yes. Oh, the one. Yeah, the one sitting on the stack of books is really amazing. So I think I might come back. Yeah, let's go for that. I think I'm going to go for the one on the stack of books as well because that's a really nice one. Yeah. Okay. Right. And but I'm very briefly just going to send a message to Holly. Oh, hang on. Is Holly back? I don't know. Maybe Holly's back. Is Holly back? Let's see. Now, I know lovely Hannah is on here. Hannah, if you have Holly's number, if you're able to contact Holly, just drop her a little message and make sure she's okay. That'd be lovely. And then if there's anything you'd like to need to relay to me back, then just let me know. I'm just gone to the chat. I can't find any messages from her. Hopefully she's just dropped out and she'll be back. Yeah. Okay. I'm going to carry on drawing. I'm also going to, I'm kind of back. Trying to reconnect. You're there, but you're not there. Bless you. Oh, holes. I don't think I can kind of, your phone died. Oh no. I don't think I can actually get you back because this is your live stream, but let me see if I can invite you. Let's see. Try and get back there. Hoping you can see that okay. Let's have a look. Right. Thumbs up if you can now see my sketchbook, and that's all fine. And then what we'll do is I'll just do a little bit more drawing and we'll see what Holes is going to do. Okay, that's fine. I'm just going to come down a bit. There we go. Okay. Hopefully you can see okay. Right. I've got my lovely son sitting next to me, Hannah. Oh, Hannah's given the thumbs up. Thanks, Hannah. Yeah, thank you. George is going to draw. You're going to draw this as well with me, George? You're going to draw this. We're going to draw this chicken on the top of a pile of books. And these are Holly's books. These aren't just any pile of books. These are Holly's illustrated books. Right. So we go. Hopefully that's all okay. It's there. You can see okay. Yeah, there we go. Holly. Holly. Hopefully we will see Holly's face again in a moment. You can borrow any of these things that I'm using here, Georgie. So what am I going to share with you now? I've basically, the point of coming on was to have a lovely chat with Holly and to invite her on as a guest. And then Holly has told us all the information about her retreat, which is amazing, which, I'm very jealous about. I'm trying. I would absolutely love to come. We will see if we can manifest that in some way, shape or form. But yeah, do check out Holly's retreat because it just looks just like a life-changing experience to go. It's got everything. It's got scenery. It's got amazing food. It's got all the things. Plus Holly and her sister looking after you. Hot tub, sauna. Yeah, so do check that out. Holly's trying to figure out how to switch to the computer camera. Bless you. If you really want to, in a moment, what we can do is we can start a new live, and then we can do a little kind of thank you everyone for coming, and then we might just have to chalk it up to tech issues. But we will but let me know how you get on, because I'm happy just for a minute just drawing a chicken. So I'm good. I'm going to just let you know what we've got coming up in the flock. We have got on Tuesday in the membership, we've got Drawing Spring Blooms with Pauline from the Creative Cocoon. And it's going to be lovely. We've been prepping for it. It's basically, we will come together. We are pooling our resources with our drawing skills and how we draw and how we paint. And we're going to be sharing with you ways to draw spring blooms, like basically wild spring flowers in different ways. So it will be in pencil, line, sorry, not pencil, but in line. It will be watercolor or kind of like ink washes you can use and collage. So there'll be a post coming out over the weekend um, from us to share like what to expect and what you'll need to prepare, which isn't really that much, really. You just need to mostly come along with some different drawing materials and maybe a bit of paint if you can, a bit of watercolor, and just draw along and hopefully learn some new ways of approaching drawing flowers. So it's going to be basically a bit of a celebration of spring with some teaching thrown in, and there'll be lots of spring conversations about what we like about spring. Probably like favorite flowers, favorite things to draw. So yeah, that would be really nice. So yeah, we're doing a little bit of little bit of prep, a bit of background work. We've got a mood board, lots of lovely photos, and a few little kind of bits of inspiration and tips and advice onto how to approach it. So that's on Tuesday evening, UK time, and that will be, I think it's 7 p.m. London time. So you're very welcome to sign up for that one, either if you're a member of Creative Flock or Creative Cocoon. And what else have we got going on? I think that's it. I think we had kind of loaded in a lot of things earlier in the month. We had a really busy week this week. I think I might be having I'll have another live stream next month with Pauline, and I think I might also have a live stream with Shah Hamilton. So that will be coming up as well. So I would just need to arrange it and sort that out with her. But that will be like a spring themed session, like live stream, like celebrating spring. That will be really nice. Right. So let me just check. Well, let me just check the messages. Oh no, you can't get the computer to recognize me as a host. What we're going to do is, I'm going to finish off this chicken another time. I will come off this live. We'll just pop back on a new live. So please come and find us in a moment, and we'll just do a little kind of like a quick hello and hello and goodbye from us, and maybe we will revisit the chickens another time, because I'm really enjoying drawing these chickens. To On the chat threads, you can share what you've been doing, or on Instagram, and you can tag me and Holly on there. It's lovely to see what
that would be
you're
fun.
doing. But yeah, you can go straight to the chat thread and post it there if you'd like. And there will be a replay. We will put together a little replay and the photos so that you can go back if you would like to, and laugh at our inability to work out.
Incompetent, I think is the word you're looking for.
Oh, you've got to laugh.
Certainly on my part.
You've got to laugh about this.
Yeah, sorry.
It's just no, it's absolutely fine. I would love to see what you've drawn in more detail. Are you able to hold it up, Holes?
I can hold it up. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, can I hold it up and see what I'm doing? So that's Ferrari. She's she does have quite a fierce looking eye, but she's super cuddly. And then Daphne on her book. So it's just oil pastel, which kind of just layers up and blends together. I think I made her eye a bit big, but he's big. And then Mr. Kenny Rogers up there.
Oh, Kenny Rogers!
Really, he should have been the chunky one. Mr. Doodle is looking quite fierce there, but I don't know. Chickens, they do have a bit of a tendency to look a bit fierce in the eye, but they
do. I've made mine look either a bit kind of, I don't know, a bit unsettled or a bit angry. So I found it really hard to get like an in between, almost a bit like a bit sweet, or that's just how
it's hard. Like, I mean,
yeah.
I illustrated a chicken book. I should have brought it through. I mean, I did it a few years ago, and it was counting like 10 little chicks, and so you can imagine my delight. Holly, will you illustrate a picture book full of chickens?
Oh my god!
Oh yes,
yeah.
So
you don't even ask the fee. You're like, yep.
No. I was like, I'll pay you. But it was really fun. And yeah, so I sort of, my illustration style is I tend to have just the little black mark as an eye. And
Yeah.
that way you can kind of make them quite cute. But
Yes.
but if you're doing the realistic chicken eyes, they do have their beady little eye,
Yeah.
and sometimes they can just look quite stern.
Mm. Yeah, I need to work on that a little bit because I don't feel I've done them justice with their expression. Although they do have a lot of character, I would say. But I'm going to
Yeah.
show you. Let me just show you what I've. So it's
Oh,
yeah. So we've got
Bean.
Delphine
Oh, she's
and
cute.
Mr. Kenny
Beanie.
Rogers. See what I mean? Like really feel like
Yeah,
do
yeah. No,
bit
but
hungry.
actually that it's like him, and he does have these little spiky bits around his eye as well, so you've
Yeah.
drawn him as he is. Yeah.
And then I started what's the name of the chicken on the book on your books?
Daphne.
That is Daphne. Brilliant. Okay.
Daphne. And she's tiny, like she's really small. She's just a tiny little sphere. But wow, that girl's got attitude. One of my funniest moments with her was looking out the window. So there are two funny things that happen with the chickens is because where I live, it's very, very windy all the time. And so just I'll look out the window and you just see the chickens being kind of blown across and the wind is like
Oh my
up their bustles and up their feathers and they're just like being blown,
God.
staggering across the garden. It I shouldn't laugh, but it's very funny.
So much
Um,
comedy in
but
that.
Daphne, who is tiny, um, I heard this like noise and I looked out the window and Mr. Doodle was doing what a cockerel does
Yeah. Yeah.
with one of his ladies and well with Ferrari and Ferrari was objecting. Daphne came, Definitely, she came right across the garden and was like, "No, no, 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 no," and shooed him off her and then
Brilliant.
chased him away. And she was like, she didn't want to consent.
No, that is
Like,
so
and it was really funny because she's kind of, even though she's smallish, she's top of the pecking order.
yeah.
And she properly came to her girlfriend's defense. And she was like, I've got you, girl. You
This
should
is
have
like
known, you should have
such a
listened.
that's brilliant. I love that. Oh, there is so many stories. There's so many stories in this. Like there's just you could just write just a whole book
Yeah.
about their lives. Honestly could,
Yeah. They just are
It's just
really funny.
so much comedy and so much, yeah.
Yeah.
It brings you so much joy as well. Just amazing.
They, they really, really do bring me so much joy.
Yeah.
And I mean, less joy when Painter, the pointer, our dog, she can open doors. So sometimes
Mm.
if we have been outside doing stuff and she's got bored of being outside, she will just let herself back in the house, which involves opening two doors with a lever thing. She does that. And so I can sometimes come back in
Mm.
and she's gone in and all of the chickens have followed her in. And so less fun if the chickens have all been in the kitchen parading around, making a lovely mess. And
But
I'm
that
having to kind of,
still is like a comedy scene. That is just
it's
I know
comedy
I
sketch.
can laugh
Yeah.
because it's happening to you. They're not, if it
Yeah.
was me, I would be an absolute it would just I
At
would
times like that, I literally am like, what is my life? I mean, it's just, and I'm trying to get them out and I'm trying to usher them out. And then the small ones dart back in. And so the other day I just was like, all right, Delilah,
just let
fine.
just
You just
just
stay
stay
in the house. That's
yeah,
fine.
just
Hang
all
out.
stay in.
It's
Oh
fine.
my God, brilliant. Well, I'm looking forward to the just I would say like it's like not a I don't know, what would you call it? Like an animal biography or an animal I don't know. I'm gonna have to think of a name for it. It's gonna have to happen. Or there's gotta be, I don't know, a series just about you and the chickens. I think we need to pitch for that. Or just your
Okay.
life in the Hebrides because it's just amazing. Thanks so much, Holly. We're gonna yeah, we'll edit this into something. And yeah, thanks so much everyone for hanging on in there.
Uh,
We'll
no,
talk to you.
thanks for suggesting it. And it was really fun. It was
Oh
lovely.
no, it's great. And I'd love to draw chickens again. And because there's
Anytime.
so many. Yeah.
Anytime.
Bye everyone and bye Holly. And
Thanks
yeah,
everyone
have
for
a lovely
coming. Take
weekend.
care.
Thanks.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.